time for part 2.
What was that fucking scream? Okay,
I don't know. We are picking up with his C tier.
What's up, losers? Okay, so my C tier is deathcore, metalcore, extreme metal, glam metal. Is that it? I thought I had more. Well, fuck me. I guess that's it.
Okay, so I'm surprised you put metalcore and deathcore in C tier, bro.
I can respect what they do. It's kind of like your thing with grunge and glam metal, because the instruments are really good and they're really talented at what they do. Again, it's the I can't stand it, but the instrumental really outshines the vocals.
Yeah.
Glam metal I put in C because I actually used to enjoy glam metal, and then I started fucking hating it in like mid 2018. Like things like Van Halen and who else was in there?
Greta Van Fleet.
Greta Van. I thought that was psychedelic. No.
Steel Panther.
Yeah, Steel Panther.
Skid Row,
Rat, Poison.
Yeah.
Technically, those are hair bands, but there's no difference really.
Yeah, hair metal.
Hair metal and glam metal are kind of the same thing.
Yeah, we're going to B tier.
B tier.
Okay, this we're getting into these top tier players. So we have, for me, I got doom metal, gent, alternative metal, progressive metal, emo, folk metal, pirate metal, and brutal death metal.
Alright.
So for starters, I've been getting really, really hard into doom metal with bands like Catatonia, Draconian, My Dying Bride.
Yes, that's a good one.
Just stuff like that. Everyone sort of stereotypes it without listening to it, and they just think it's doom.
Yeah, they'll mix up that kind of metal with like porno grind or that kind of shit.
Super long, drawn out, like the same like 2 chords, and then just 50-minute long groans.
It's like they think it's like Stalag. Have you ever heard Stalag?
I haven't. No.
It's just an album of screams. There's nothing else. It's just people screaming into a microphone.
Yeah, but they kind of exaggerate what they think it is in their head, because even stuff like Draconian, like I was showing you that one song, the first song I listened to. Yes, it is a much slower tempo, but it still has like changes in tempo, and it's, especially if you have like a female vocalist on top of like a male vocalist, that just like it makes it so much more atmospheric and like cool.
Respect whammon.
We respect the whammon. Black metal, again, I've been trapped at home, so I've been listening to a lot more black metal as well, and because of bands like Carcass and Behemoth, some of them I like, some of them I don't.
Like Cannibal Corpse.
They're death metal.
Okay.
But it's same sort of a deal.
Yeah.
But just I've been listening to a lot more of that, and I've been growing to appreciate it more and more, because some of the bands, when they have like a really good guitar tone, and it's not one of those ones where they sound like they're recorded into a Nokia that's like in another state, and it's not one of those, it actually sounds really, really good, and the riffs and the drumming have a lot of time spent in them. As far as like alternative metal and progressive metal, I really, really enjoy those. I've been enjoying a lot of progressive metal because it's very technical, and it has like, time signature technicalities, and is just very, it almost shares stuff with like power metal almost. Stuff like Dream Theater, Ayreon, Symphony X kind of deal. I've just really, really been digging that kind of stuff. Tool.
Yes.
Fucking
Tool. By the way, we waited 13 years for your album, and it ended up being shite.
Yeah, I wasn't a big fan of the new album. That's a no-go for me.
Actually, I will say this: I did like Tempest.
That was a good song.
Yeah.
That and Descending.
Yeah.
I enjoyed.
Descending and Tempest were good.
As far as alternative metal, that's like bands like Disturbed, Evanescence is more gothic metal, I'd say.
Okay.
Breaking Benjamin, 3 Days Grace. Again, those guys kind of really helped get me into metal and make me identify fully as a metalhead. Folk metal and pirate metal, they're really experimental, and just I'm enjoying that kind of sound of like not just having guitar, bass, drums, vocals, but adding lots of different like fiddles or like all those sorts of weird, wacky instruments that
Random dogs.
random fucking.
Just-
Yeah, and just like they both like kind of share like aspects with power metal, and they have that like big, like lots of shred, really fast on the double bass drum kind of deal, and then brutal death metal, again, and beatdown. All these I've just been listening to because I've been stuck at home because of quarantine, and I've been able to like listen to them and appreciate them. And I'm a bit of a guitar tone snob because I've not learned to appreciate things enough. So like when you have like a really good tight mid present guitar tone, then I fucks with it.
My B list.
Your B tier.
Industrial metal, new metal, power metal, emo, stoner metal, sludge metal, pirate metal, Viking metal, avant-garde metal, and that's it.
Wow.
So,
I'm surprised you put new metal in B tier. I thought that would have been S for you.
Well, new metal not so much because there's a lot of good bands in that group, like Korn, technically Slipknot, which I don't really fit it in there, but you whatever. Korn, Slipknot, I have the names.
Disturbed.
Yeah, Disturbed.
Godsmack.
Fucking Disturbed. Godsmack, yes! And, those bands. The ones that come to my head first.
From like the early 2000s.
Yes, those are good. But then you got things like Papa Roach, Limp Bizkit, fucking,
I don't mind Papa Roach's earlier stuff. Yeah. Oh yeah, Saliva.
Fucking...
Trapped.
Headstrong, I don't human! Headstrong, I didn't hurt anyone!
As much as they get hate, had it not been for that song, I would not be listening to metal today.
Yeah.
So it's...
That song is okay, it's just, if that's your one song, no.
Yeah.
Also, I mean, the fad just really stuck with the 2000s. Like, every time I listen to new metal, I think of, like... I think of MySpace.
Yeah.
MySpace and early day Facebook when boomers weren't the one thing on it. For Viking and Pirate, I would have put Viking on A because we Nords gotta represent. But I think it's not something I would listen to every day, but it's something that is not bad at all. And then pirate metal is just, it's unique. I haven't heard it until today, so it's a unique subgenre of whatever the fuck that goes into. Industrial metal is huge because if it wasn't for Marilyn Manson, I actually wouldn't get into the rougher side of metal. So, yeah, Marilyn Manson's kind of the reason I'm into industrial metal. And then I know one of the drummers in a band that's from this town, Gravity Kills. He's a pretty chill dude.
Yeah.
He's got like 3 daughters. I take care of their rabbits sometimes. And they actually sold us our house. So, they're pretty dope dudes. It's a shame that the band's not around anymore. Okay. I guess I was more surprised when I put new metal in B tier, but you know what? It just doesn't hold up.
Interesting.
What else did I have in here? Avant-garde, yes. Avant-garde and sludge, yeah. So I really do like the Melvins, but that's the only band I can think of that I really like B tier. But the Melvins is so fucking amazing. I just can't put it down. And then avant-garde, I am a diehard fan of experimental sounds. Like Frank Zappa, Jimi Hendrix, Butthole Surfers. I'm a diehard of that kind of stuff. Except I'm not a fan, again, of growling, so I couldn't put it in A.
Okay.
That's my B tier list. Alright, your A tier list. Let's do it.
Sup guys, it is me, Goji Mappa Killer. It is me from the future. Basically, the part 2 is going to be split into a part 2 and part 3. Because after the fact of, me having it in iMovie and starting to trim it down, we both, I think, had a lot of good things to say in terms of our A tiers and our S tiers. and I didn't want to like cut any of that out, and so I wanted to make sure that we had the time to have the opportunity to say what we wanted to say. So I'm going to split this off into part 3, and then you will see me and Owen again in the part 3. So catch you guys there. Later.